Welcome to Absolutely Marvel in DC. We're looking at The Flash today, Season 7, Episode, I believe, 17, because I definitely don't think that was the season finale. 16. We're a little farther off than I thought. Oh, God, we have 2 more to go. Crap. My name's Benny. That is Dan. That is Dylan. And today we're going to be discussing our sponsor, Water Crumpets and bottled water with our whatever. Anyway, welcome to our review of Flash Season 7, Episode 16.
I think what happened there is this episode of The Flash has given Benny brain rot. Because of how bad it was.
Oh, it was not good. Not good. Okay.
Yeah.
It had its moments that I enjoyed. It did. But let's just start. Okay. So I'm going to say I liked the Godspeed fight. I'm going to start with being positive for once, okay?
Okay.
I liked the Godspeed fight. I liked them talking to Godspeed. I liked the plot point of why Godspeed is here in the Godspeed War. All of that was great. Everything else was trash.
Yeah. There are interesting things in this episode that are handled somewhat well that we should have gotten 10 episodes ago.
Yes. So let's talk about the first big thing. Diggle was our guest cast for this week. It's been a weekly thing of who's the secondary character. This week it was Diggle. And he was so pointless.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I didn't understand why he was there.
He
honestly.
showed up to give them the device that anyone else on Barry's team could have given him. And then we get to the end.
Cisco should have given him.
Yeah. And then at the end of the episode, he's like, all right, I got to go handle something. And we see a clip of the Green Lantern ring. Wait, what are you implying happened with that ring?
I got to go be the Green Lantern. Hey, remember last time you saw me where I got a Green Lantern ring? Yeah, I got to go do that now.
That's what I was like. He's like, it's something I've been putting off, and I really just need to make sure I go get it taken care of. I'm like, you've been putting off Green Lantern? You've been putting off being what? Did it show up and it was like, man, I don't like you. Like, what did it do?
He has such great willpower that he didn't even put it on. He was like, I don't need you.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's not like he was like, oh, we get a reference to his daughter or his son or whatever it ended up being at the end of Era because they swapped it around and things like that. It wasn't like anything family or nothing. It was something I've been putting off. I have to go take care of Barry. And we get a clip to, oh, like what?
I think I know why he's here.
Okay, what is it?
And I think they are building back up the CW verse. I think he is a hint toward the multiverse, along with Nora and Impulse at the end. Dan, remember in Legends of Tomorrow when Diggle shows up, but it's not Diggle. Like I think that's another hint.
Wait, Diggle showed up in Legends?
Yeah,
he was
it was
a cowboy sheriff.
Yeah,
guy.
David Ramsey just showed up as like a random, like, I think it might have been an actual DC character, but it wasn't Diggle. It was just a cowboy from the past, in like what would have been a branching timeline because there was an alien there. So I think that they're just starting to set larger stuff up again now that like COVID is dying down and they can start doing crossovers more easily. So, and some stuff going on in Superman and Lois as well sort of points toward that. So
I'm almost there. I have 2 episodes left.
I told you to be caught up by today, and I knew
I knew, but I also knew we wouldn't have time to film that.
Fair.
I knew it would probably happen on Monday.
It's back next week, so you've got...
I am there. Cool. Also, for the record, I hadn't gotten to the reveal on Superman and Lois yet, and we're going to assume our viewers at this point have either watched it or aren't watching it in its entirety. And I was watching our review of your guys last time, or the thing we talked about in something else, and someone's like, why did Benny call him Captain Lex still? We all know the truth. And I'm like, oh, wait. I'm like, what an idiot. He doesn't know anything about that show. It's just because he's black doesn't mean he can't be Lex. And then I literally watched the episode. I was like, John Henry Irons. I'm like, oh! I get it now. So anyway.
So the Diggle thing, I thought it was strange for 2 reasons. Because one, I understand the reason he showed up was to give him like the speed trap, but I kind of saw that speed trap could have been a great moment for Chester to prove that he could create things too.
Chester has been so useless ever since he's become the new Cisco. He literally, and I jokingly said this with Dan, everyone shits on Chester and then apologizes. And he's like, it's okay, guys. I'm Chester. I'm used to it. And I said to Dan, man, it's like you in the office.
Oh no.
I mean, hey, I'm used to it. So, no, I completely agree. Because Chester, like, they started him off as such like a tech genius kind of guy, and now they've just turned him into he's the fanboy.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh my
really
God,
like
it's
that,
Sean
but,
Diggle, the Guardian.
Which, like,
Yeah.
that pissed me off because, first of all, who cares about Spartan? And second of all, I feel like most of the, like, cast of Arrow aren't, like, larger than life in the public view.
Wasn't that the whole
heroes.
point of Arrow? They weren't big deals outside of Star
Right.
City. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the
they were
Flash,
in the
yeah, he's
shadows,
around. He's Central City.
vigilantes. That was the point of Arrow.
Yeah, and like John Diggle is an agent of Argus, which is like a shady organization that people aren't supposed to know about. Like, why does Chester, this random dude, like maybe he like studied up on like, you know, files at Star Labs and learned about Spartan that way, but it was very much just like the writers are like, oh right, Spartan from Arrow, he's like a big, everybody loves John Diggle, and like, yeah, we love Diggle, but who cares about Spartan? And also Chester being like, whoa, it's like Batman walked in. Like, no.
That's like
But see,
Batman walked in.
the difference is people know Batman, and the writers were like, no one's going to know who the heck this guy is or who Spartan is, so let's have someone make it seem like it's a big
Right.
deal
Yeah,
and kind of like
right.
important or something. I would say, though, with the Green Lantern ring, for the record, I have a feeling they put that in there because of the whole, like, in the comics, Green Lantern and Flash often team up. But I think they put that in there before the rumors of Grant Gustin wanting the Flash to end after this season.
Right, we're gonna do a separate episode about these supposed rumors, because since they are rumors, I don't think it should fit into our discussion of this.
Yeah.
But there are rumors of both Candace Patton and Grant Gustin leaving, so who knows where they're gonna go with that. I do want to say, so let's move on to the next thing on this whole topic then. So Diggle, complete waste in my opinion. It was just
100%.
no reason
Very
for him to be
strange.
there. Chester got wasted this entire episode. My theories about Iris seemingly came true. With the moment he yelled upstairs and we got no anything, I was like,
So
she's not there.
strange.
She is
No,
not there.
course not.
That's all of my theories that she wasn't on set are true. She's not there. And then she shows up. I've been in this other dimension. And I mentioned
Yeah,
that
she's like
yesterday.
actually not there.
Yeah, I mentioned this yesterday. I forget who I was with that I mentioned it, but someone's like, "Oh wait, I thought you said that they were banging." And I'm like, "Well, they were, but apparently
They
Barry
were.
was banging her alone. I don't know where she was."
She got sick, which like also like that's another thing why I think like multiverse is coming back, because I think these headaches, because Iris says like there's some version of me or like something's happening and like I'm being pulled out of like the time stream or something.
Yeah.
So I think those headaches are like multiversal headaches. Something to do with that.
This is basically gonna. I think it confirms the rumors that she's leaving after the season's over, or at least if that they're setting that possibility up for her to go.
Oh God, what if they they pull in a different multiversal Iris and she's white, like comic book accurate?
Oh,
would be,
with red.
That would be the worst.
It would be terrible, but at the same time, I'd be like,
It'd be hilarious.
okay, where's Redhead Wally West then?
Yeah, fair. Backdoor for him.
What do you guys think about the overall Godspeed plot? Let's go with that, because that's probably the next big thing that came. We had Diggle, we had the Irish reveal finally, and then Godspeed plot. What do you think?
I think it's interesting. I actually kind of like it. I think it's an interesting way to do it. It's using the multiple Godspeeds, which I like that they're kind of revisiting that and giving it a reason, whereas before I always felt it kind of was just odd. I don't know about you guys back when it first happened. I was like, why would there be so many? But
Apparently,
this
there's
one, it
multiple
kind of
actors
works.
for Godspeed as well. I was like, I thought he was like a blonde guy in a previous season, and then I looked it up and it's like, no, he was actually two Asian guys, and then in this one he's a Mexican guy. So
Well, they haven't. Have we seen him without the mask before? Like, have
could
we
have
seen
sworn he
August
was like
Hart?
this blonde.
We
Like, I might be
saw-
mixing him up with Hunter Zolomon from back in the day.
I feel like
Yeah.
we saw him. once. Like, I feel like we saw him once when he's like stealing the serum or something. Like the very first appearance of Godspeed, I feel like we saw what he looked like. But besides that, I don't think we've seen him without the mask.
Yeah. And it's also like future stuff. It could change, but
Yeah.
like for me, like I think the Godspeed stuff is stupid, but I like August Hart. I like what they're doing with him.
I do
that's
like that he
interesting.
exists now. Like officially,
Yeah.
August Hart exists. It's not just
Yeah.
these random people they're picking out to be August in the future
Mm-hmm.
or August in the past, because he was just a throwaway character, and they were really just throwing away the actors they had with him. So,
Right. And
because
that's
as
why
soon
like
as he
I,
talked with that weird voice, I was like, wait, who actually plays Godspeed at this point?
right.
Like,
It's just whatever stuntman they have at in the
well, it's like
current
when they had
moment.
like the 10 Godspeeds, and you could tell that they didn't like. Everyone had a different body type. Like
Right.
they all were the
Yes.
same guy. It was.
So I don't know. I have a feeling because based on I would like August Hart to be like interesting in some way, but like the one time where he did say when he said his name, he said it all evil. And that's like,
Hey
they're
guys,
just
my
gonna
name
turn
is
him into
August
another-
Hart.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm concerned, but like for the first time, I think in this entire season, I'm intrigued by like the August stuff. And Impulse. I thought Impulse was a lot of fun. For the
The
like,
only
2
problem I
seconds
have
we
with
saw him.
Impulse is, and I hope there's a reason they did this, but he's supposed to be the grandkid. Now he's just the son.
Yeah, that I
Which-
thought was odd too. I was like, I didn't think he was his actual son. I thought he was the like great grandchild
Right,
or grandchild from the future.
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe of all the times for the show to finally try to streamline a plot, they decided to do it with that. I
Right.
mean, I don't know.
That's why like I feel like because something that the MCU does a lot is they take the idea of something from the comics and they don't take everything about it actually and adapt it exactly. They just take the idea of it and like, okay, this is the idea of this character. Let's fit it to our story.
Yeah.
So I haven't read a lot of Flash comics. I don't know if him being a grandson is important. I feel like it.
The
isn't
only
it?
reason it ever is, and the only
Is,
reason they use it really in the
Okay.
comics is because no one knows who he is.
Oh,
By having him
gotcha.
be a kid,
so it's like
there's
it's far removed.
he's so far removed, they don't ever trust who he really is. They don't know who he is. He also is a little bit different because he knows so much of the timeline. So it is
see.
used in the comics mostly to keep him a part of, but separate from everything. So they might just be like, we don't even need to bother with any of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And just bring him back in. I mean,
See,
he was
they
already annoying like he is in the comics in a good way. Like that's how he's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
yeah.
Right. That's why I liked him. He seemed
Yeah.
charismatic, and there's like a lack of charisma on this show lately. So I'm like, yes, please.
You're not wrong.
Would have been great if like Nora shows up and goes, "Oh, by the way, I kind of understand how you feel about the weird child from a future thing because here's my son." Like,
Yeah,
like,
that would have
imposes
been
our
better.
son for-
So
something
let's
like that.
talk about the elephant in the room.
Wait. Actually, I want to go back to the Godspeed thing for just
Okay.
one quick thing.
Yeah.
I find it hilarious whenever we get a new speedster because we run into that problem we made comments of at the beginning of The Flash of they don't fully understand how to run slowly but make it look like they're actually running. Because that
true.
Godspeed multiple times looked so comedically overdoing it with his running that I was like, what is this guy thinking?
Grant Gus has been doing this long enough that
Exactly.
he gets it. He gets it. He
He's got
understands.
it
what we're
down.
doing.
He understands. All right, elephant in the room.
Dion's arrival and immediately dropping in, big sis is over this way, Dad. Like,
Oh boy.
did you have to do it? You were fine. We were
No.
done.
You've had time.
And then
the
Mom.
writers have had time to see the reaction from the internet
Yes.
and knock that shit off, and they haven't.
They could have very easily had Dion and just left it at his arrival
Yeah.
and not use that phrasing.
Which, like, I was annoyed when I saw Dion. I was like, ugh. But then, like, for a second, I was like, okay, well, at least like Dion is the one that I remember enjoying. So maybe he could be fun. But then he said "big sis," and I was like, okay,
Okay.
I don't care.
Not even just big sis, and then directly referring to Iris's mom again.
Yeah.
I got
Like,
mom
I gotta
over
protect
here, man.
Mom. Like,
No, you don't.
I've got my driver's gloves still. The gloves.
gotta
For
contain his
some reason, the
powers.
gloves.
He's cold.
He's cold. He can't snap without the gloves. That's
They
the
didn't.
thing.
And the best part about the use of that is they didn't need the vernacular at all. Dion could have still been used. Everything could have been fine. And then he just starts dropping big sis and mom, and you're like, why are we going back to this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you think they've seen
not
film
great
all the
stuff.
scenes back to back? And that was just the answer.
I don't know why they. And then you said there's 2 episodes left.
Apparently.
Yep, 2 parts
Woof.
of the finale.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense that if the next 2 episodes are the finale, that, you know, the other forces are coming back. Just because I'll give them that. Like, that's, you know, that's good for an arc that your entire season is like coming in for the finale. But
Right.
nobody likes the forces. So
Yo.
maybe don't bring them back, but maybe they'll be minimized. Maybe they have learned, and like they needed them to be there, but they're not going to talk as much. But I have no idea.
They'll show up and channel their power, like their different forces through Barry, so that he can do something. Like,
right. Also, what was with Esperanza when she died? Why did she evaporate into dust?
yeah.
What was that about?
I think it's like based like for her powers, maybe like they
Why?
overloaded. But yeah,
I had the
that
better
was-
reaction to that, to the revel. Dan, do you get what I said now? Esperanza showed up with the mask, and I
Yes.
didn't realize who it was at first.
Oh,
And then I saw the dots on her nose, and I'm like, oh, that's her. And I told him, this is like your favorite anime, like, badass. Like, she's like, I'm so amazing. I've killed so many people. And then she takes off the mask, and you're like,
She's
oh
so
my
cute.
God,
Like,
cute
yeah.
waifu.
I was when she was doing the because I was like, oh, that's Esperanza. She looks so different without the mask. I was like holding my hand up to like see like, oh yeah, that is
Wait a
her.
second.
Superman?
I recognize you now.
But she's like talking and everything, and I'm like, who is that? Oh my God, it's Esperanza. And it
Right.
just reminded me of every anime where it's like, who's that badass in the hoodie and the mask and the sword? And then they take it off later, and you're like, oh! I'm just like, what? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? Let's keep her around a little bit more. I like her better than Allegra.
And
she's
she's
dead.
dead.
I know.
She's like, I like
she
her. I like her. Oh,
obliterated.
dead.
Nope. Bye. Yeah, she was interesting. Nope.
She was finally becoming kind of interesting. Like, why is it when they're finally, oh, okay, so she's gone through an arc, and you're forcing her on me. Fine, I'm starting to like this character, and now let's just kill her off.
I want to ask, like, where do you think? Because there's 2 episodes left. There are like what, 3, 4 plot lines that are like big plot lines that need to be resolved. Because I feel like the Green Lantern stuff is for next season. But like, what the hell else is for like Nora and
I
Impulse?
think the Green Lantern stuff's
guess?
going to go into the HBO Max show.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's going to be here at all. I think it's just like a little hint at the multiverse that.
Well, then
that's gonna
why
be
was he here?
To remind you that he exists.
Remind me
just for the
that
record,
show.
At first, I thought we were just going to ignore the Green Lantern ring because I thought about it at first. I'm like, is he got it just hidden? Is he not showing
Right.
them? And
He's
okay.
ignored it.
Yeah, he's ignored it.
He's got to get back to it.
All right. Well, next week is going to begin the beginning of the ending, so it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
We'll see.
Thank you so much for watching us here on Absolutely Marvel and DC. My name's Benny. That is Dan. And that is Dylan. And we'll see you guys next. Well, in like the next video we're going to record in a minute, talking about the supposed rumors.
Check that one out.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy. See you then.